which is how I know I am actually Azorius. Yeah, that's fair too, Destiny. We're going to be playing against relatively good drafters and people who think they're good drafters all day. I'm not entirely sure which of those two categories I fall into, but we will see. Yeah, we got to use the Nico avatar today. Seems good, man. I'm in a better mood today. Chillaxing a little bit in the afternoon and hanging out with Sim Wife put me in a much better headspace. Yeah, I had Amy as a guest on the stream. God, it was probably about 2 years ago. And I think she really helped me get things in perspective about draft. Because I was so hyper competitive focused. And she was like, you should take Danitha. And we were drafting Dominaria, and I was like, but it's not good in our deck. And she's like, who cares? She's cool. And I was like, that's a pretty compelling argument. What tribal you want to try the most on this set? Bird tribal, because there's a Stormcrow that loots, and that is probably my favorite card in the set. She also helped me understand that apparently this character has the same haircut. It's called an undercut when you cut like the sides and then grow it long, which meant I really wasn't going bald. I had an overcut. I was like, that was pretty cool too. I mean, I always like looters. Limited sets that have looters make me happy. Remember Ikoria? I liked Ikoria a lot. It kind of does have that Gary Oldman vibe, doesn't it? Ikoria didn't confuse me. Ooh, lordy, I hope this is as good as Ikoria. My goodness. Ravnica Allegiance was terrible. Not fun. All right, so we got to see what all these cards do. There's my card. Is there something I need to take over this? This is the giant with trample stuff. This is the dwarf. Second spell stuff. That's the enchantment. I shouldn't be first picking this, right? I want to just take every one of these I see. We could also try, like, stocking on the snowlands, because that is a snow duel. I should probably, I don't know. I might ban you, Renan. I might literally ban you. This theme seems okay, too. Meh, 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 meh. Meh, 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 meh. Meh, 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 meh. Can't make me stop. You think the spirit will be great? I don't think so. I'm going to take the snowland. See where we go. Draw 3 cards. Ramp yourself. Ooh, that's a cat. I like cats. That's your second spell. Draw 2 life. Exile target creature planeswalker. That's interesting. Haste. Tommy's Stroke. Story Seeker. 2/2 lifelink. I mean, there's nothing better here than feed the serpent. Sometimes the serpent's hungry. Replicating ring is a snow manolith? It is. Fireball is not letting you see the picked cards. I will eventually move things where you can see them a little better, but in the meantime, you must suffer. How hungry? Never mind. I'm doing this because we got in an argument about this, didn't we? Everybody was like, "This isn't good, Travis." And I was like, "This looks pretty good to me." And you're like, "No, it's bad." I want to do it. Good morning, Emmett. I mean, we could be blue-black removal tribal, but I want to try this. Because I'd like to know. I guess you could say I would like to know more. Yeah, this moves changelings up a good bit in our pick order. This is a giant amulet. I liked that one. It's hexproof. We've got an angel wizard that pumps with snow. No thanks. That's a rune. They're all kind of bad. There's my hawk. Troll warrior. I can pick my hawk now, right? There's some argument that I should take the giant's amulet. It's hard for me not to want this card. I do need snow mana from somewhere. I don't like cantrips in Modern Limited. They're not good enough. Yeah, I want my bird. You can't make me stop. Alright, so this is a zombie berserker. That name again is Colossal Plow. That's a prey upon for snow. Is there a possibility that we could just get into green, blue snow? It's like, here's another snow rampy thing. And then we could be in like blue-green changelings, snow. I think I'm ready to give that a try, potentially. Litiara, Kinseekers. It's a pillar-filled ox with upside. I also do need these, but someone's not taking them. I also really need changelings. I don't really need 4-drop changelings, do I? I need to make sure I have these. This deck is going to want them if I get into blue-green snow. I need to have the snows. We're going to name Bird because everything's going to be a changeling anyway. It doesn't matter. It's fine. But I want to make sure I've got enough snow-covered forest that we can realistically have these do things. This needs 3 snow permanents, and this needs snow mana to activate. Human Wizard. I mean, we thought that one was going to be okay. Yaspara Sentinel. There's my Kinseekers if I want them. That's bad. No thanks. No thanks. So do we think this is good enough to just throw in there? Probably not over changelings. I think I really want to like jam some changelings. I think I'm probably doing this. This allows me to name Bird because every creature in the deck is a bird currently. Ah, das Wurm. Glittering Frost. Enchanted Land is... No, we didn't like that one. Mists of Litiara is not bad. I kind of just want to take the Highland Forest so when we open that troll, we can just do Teamer things. Take Inga to try it out is certainly worth it. All right, we are not seeing cards that we're interested in here, but that's fine. We're going to communicate with our neighbors that they should be in these colors, not the colors we're in. Good morning, Richard. Things are good. How are things in your world, man? Don't actually want either of these. We can take this for the size board. Get it? This best one? We could realistically play that too. That's not good enough in Modern Limited, Trunoki. Octoprophet was bad. Cascade Seer was bad. Dude, I don't think I knew you had that. Giant Wizard. Oh, that's actually kind of not great. I'm not playing any of this, though, so we'll just cut it. So early on, we've got some snow mana, not a whole lot to do with it. But we could still be blue-black. Like, I could still play these just to activate my hog. Would we play a Skull Raid? Maybe. I mean, it's possible we could be doing that. I don't think I want to run ashore. I'm not red-white, so let's just pass that along. Ooh, I was considering taking that very early. This is quite good for us. People are not interested in these Kinseekers, and I am. Yeah, it's better than it usually was. I still don't like counterspells in Limited. All right, Realm Walker. I mean, if we're building a Changeling deck, this could be very powerful in it. There's another Inga. Enters a battlefield. That thing ain't bad. That thing ain't bad. No. I liked this one too, but I think if we're going to try to do blue-green changelings and you open a blue-green changeling, you should probably take the blue-green changeling. Because again, we can literally name bird. Which I'm on board for. Restless U gets you something with CMC 6 or greater, so we'd have to get a big dude. Bergstrider. It's kind of a frost giant, arbitrarily large. I don't think we're super interested in that. That's a decent removal spell. That's bad. There's a Mistwalker. This is a changeling. Might just want this Mistwalker. I do need to get some big dumb thing to win the game with eventually. But right now, everything's a bird. Tommy said this was good. Is it, though? Zombie Rogue, no. Raven Form's okay. Bird Tribal Mythic? I mean, it kind of is. It kind of is. I don't want to give people birds. I want the birds. Okay, maybe we have to give them a bird. Huh. No, maybe we're doing this. Because this looks pretty good. There's also this, which I like. This guy's fine too. But you know what? I will take an Elf Warrior for this. What'd this do? There's a copy. Except if it's legendary and snow, if it's a creature, it enters with +2/+2 count, +1/+1 counters and has changeling. I think this is fine once we're in the color combo. Like, I'd probably play that too. But I'm okay with this. We're probably not going to have to play any cards I don't want to, which is neat. Yeah, so we could copy a land and have basically 5 mana to get to 6, which would be cool. I could use at least one more snow mana to... It's a little late for me to be thinking about that. I really don't need a Björg Strider. Björg. I don't need any of this. Fine. Maybe we have to play it. Like, that's all the top end I need. What'd this do? Makes a copy of something? That's pretty cool. There's another Kinseekers. I kind of just want to, like, stack up on Kinseekers, but this seems like value. Are we going to get there on playables? Yeah, we are, because I can play some of this crap if I need to. Like, this is just a free land. Björg. That gets me a land, which seems Brad. This kills things. That seems pretty good. It's basically Swords to Plowshares. We got another Bind the Monster. I wonder how many of those you can play. I'm betting at least 2. Kind of the opposite of Stone Temple Pilots. I think Megadeth is the opposite of Stone Temple Pilots. It's just different energies. Let's take Broken Wings for the sideboard. Always a solid option. We could realistically splash a red card if we wanted to. Take these broken wings and learn to raven form. I have nothing to do on turn 2. I was thinking I'd get some of those rampy elves, and then I didn't. That's a lot of raven forms. Okay, I feel like we're kind of getting there. The thing is, we turn their stuff into ravens, and then we block it. I get a duel for my deck, too? Neat. Foretell is a turn 2 play? That's right, I do have 2 cards that I can foretell now. I need a couple more snow-covered lands. That would be a really good one, but this is pretty good too. Yeah, we're gonna just gobble that up. Playing green, open the green rare. Like, let's be realistic. It goes over here, but... Well, we have a Björg Strider. It's okay to have some non-correct people. This is switcheroo, right? Yeah. I don't think I'm in the market to look at splashing things. This is a pack where I want the Snowland, but someone took it. And this displeases the Travis. I could play this if I want something. There's not a bird for me. There's no bird. Argument, splash for squash, you have giants. I do have giants. And I have 2 red sources for free. It's actually pretty good. It's a pretty good argument. Sold. Isn't Masked Vandal reasonable? I don't think a 2-mana 1/3 is going to be good in this set. I don't know if you watched the set review, but the set looks like it's all Hill Giants. And if your stuff doesn't interact favorably with Hill Giants, you're probably in a little bit of trouble. I kind of just want the Snowland here. I'm more or less okay on cards, and I need to make sure I have snow mana for my Hawk and my Outrider. I kind of just want to take the mountain here and use that to splash the squash and be done. It's like, if it ain't a changeling, I ain't really interested in it right now. That gives us 3 red sources. Man. I guess we should have gone blue-red and done this thing. Because I don't want any of this stuff. I guess we can take the Vandal and play it, and it'll be okay. Yes, Disdainful Stroke will be better. These are all things we discussed in the set review. I still don't like it. Tommy likes it a lot. Which is pretty reasonable. What does this do? This is a divination for me. That's pretty cool. I like divinations. Let's draw some cards. He will win the best drafter that's ever there. Paired versus Semulin. Yeah, we got plenty of giants. Yet, behold the multiverse. I love drawing cards. Let's draw more cards. I need more creatures. But I'm not going to not draw cards. I don't have enough creatures, so we're probably going to be playing some creatures that are not great. This draft did go weirdly. It's almost like it's the first time anyone's ever drafted the set. It's obviously not my fault. Mistwalker is not the card for me. I think I actually need the Sculptor of Winter. Because I kind of just need a few bodies right meow. I really do like the Mistwalker, though. Would be nice. Is that true? It's kind of true, but I want this. I can't take another Raven form. I have to get bodies. There's not a body. That sucks. I guess we're taking another Raven form. And we're going to play 2 Masked Vandals. Sold. That's not what I want. I'm probably playing this. Like, it could get us another copy of Raven form. You're in. You're just definitely in. We just need the bodies. And I think if I play this stupid giant, we've probably got us a deck. We don't have to. No, we didn't get any of the 3/3 flyers. Surprisingly, people are valuing that card pretty highly. Which is just shocking to me. That people would want a turn 3 3/3 flyer. I mean, is that even good? I don't know if that's even good. I'm pretty excited to play with these cards. I don't need these Masked Vandals. I certainly don't need 2 of them. So realistically, we should be naming elf instead of bird or giant. We could also name warrior. Because we'd get warrior, warrior, warrior. I think warrior might be better. Where does this put our mana base? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, if I'm going to splash, we would need one more forest. And I think I'm going to splash. This looks all right to me. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, this gives us the best of either one. Yeah, I think warrior is better. We will do Stream Raiders, stress not. That's kind of the coolest sleeve I've ever seen. We're using that. All right, Stream Raiders, and then we'll see if this deck actually does anything. This is a boss fight, so worth taking a moment to do. Good grief, we're overloaded on dudes and dudettes. Everybody jumped in here with me today. How the heck did we get 222 people? All right, Dave with the kills, Miklas with the assists. Rewards for Adam Bolrak, Ken, Miklas Technoshaman, Samset, Schmuck, Yak. Because people wanted that boss fight, eh? Let's smush them. And see what we got going on over here. This could be interesting. Well, good for me. This is keepable. I don't think it's particularly good. I'm ranked bronze in my main account too. Who's a good cat thing? They have foretold something. This is pretty good music, yo. I'm gonna need to turn this up a little bit. I kind of like it. Got like some Lich King vibes. Joke's on them, I want birds. So with this, you name the type, and then you can cast cards from the chosen type from your library. The reason I named Warrior is that there's more warriors in the deck than literally anything else. I suppose I could wait on that, but I'm a sucker for using all my mana. This is a really cool board. It's not super busy. There's no motion stuff. So I don't have my snow mana yet, which is a bit of a problem. I can make a big Kinseeker. I don't see a reason not to do that. I don't really want that. I mean, I guess it's another changeling, but I don't need it. Yes, changelings are warriors. Pew pew! This gives me 3 snow permanents, which is neat. This snow sorcery, though. Cool. I super dig this music. That slow, grindy fiddle, that's pretty cool. Bjergstrider. You got me. Ranking on up, yo. Bjergstrider. I've got a cat pet. It's like a weird cat pet. Yeah, only best of one is available today. Thank you to WOTC for inviting me to this free preview event and stocking me up so we can play this all day. A lot of my critique of best of one goes away when I'm not paying for it. So it's good. Your own pets are on the left. All right, we got the Realm Walker again. I'm down with that. Are you supposed to have a sponsor sticker up? I do have a sponsor sticker up. Okay, I guess we're going to bind the pupper. If you think that's a reasonable play, I'll respect it. If they have emotes enabled, they'll see it. That's a 2/1. When it taps, they get a treasure. I've been got. Warrior. Warrior is what we would name with this deck. And we were able to play this warrior off the top of our deck because this is a warrior. I can play that later for free. Didn't play it, did not block with it. This is not a warrior. Let's see if we can hit a warrior. Because I can still play the Vandal here and blow up the treasure token, which seems kind of fun. And or the Mistwalker. But I wouldn't mind hitting a land off of this. Boreal Outrider is pretty good. I obviously like the Hawk, but I don't really need it now. This looks like it might be better long term. Ironically, it's one of our warriors. I'd really like to get another land so we can play this out and have a snow thing. Maybe a Snow Realm Walker. That'd be cool. Use it or lose it. Snow permanents produce snow mana. This one too. Each player discards a card. Okay, I can discard a card. And then they get something back. Okay. Coroner? I have not listened to the band Coroner. I feel like these cards are better than the Brawl. Because this could let me get big Boreal Outrider vibes. This can let me kill whatever it is that they're doing if I'm supposed to be worried about it. Which currently I'm not. So they're going to reanimate. They're going to reanimate, presumably, Magda? Maybe a Fearless Pop, and then we Raven form it. I don't think I want to trade these off, but I might. I really just want another land. It'd have to be a snow land. I can just play a blocker. Oh, they're getting a puppy. All right. Who's a good boy? Yeah, this is my weird cat thing. And Mossy Beard's elemental thing. Two target creatures each get +1/+0 and gain indestructible. Okay. We're taking 3. I think they're non-binary. Finally, we find the other land. This pleases me. So that's basically a 4/2 first strike. If I make this with counters, it just kind of blocks all of their stuff. That's not really what I wanted to counter. But a 3/6 flyer kind of just leaves them in trouble. Like, they need to kill this or it's game over. There are no basic snowlands in this set, correct? There's plenty of basic snowlands. I like the new board. I like the new board a lot. I'm supposed to name warrior with this, even though I have a giant in hand. Yeah, I could name giant because most of the deck is changeling. That's fair. We have 2 warriors left and 2 giants left, one of which is in hand, so kind of obviously need that. I think I just need the blockers now because we're looking to just take over with this. The question of like whether non-binary refers to gender roles or sexuality is an interesting one, because if it's only gender roles, I think I'm non-binary. I don't have much use for gender roles. Boop. Boop. Are we playing on the back of a cyber turtle? Probably would be my guess. I feel like with a bunch of 4/4, well, I still need this to block, but we can attack for 1. Here you go. Just a cool looking board. What's up, Aloy? Representation is incredibly important. And it also, to my mind, helps me recognize the importance. They can't do this on blocks. Yeah, so we can attack with these giants. I don't see why we wouldn't attack with these giants. We can foretell that. Pump a bird. It's also helped me recognize that I can identify with characters that aren't exactly like me, and I think that's a good thing. All right, these seem like fine traits to me. That's a good thing. Yeah, that's fair too, Noki. That's fair too. Yeah, I think all of the gender roles are constructs for sure. I can't cast this with snow-covered mana. They're not just dead though, are they? No, they're not anywhere near just dead. That makes me sad. That's fair too, Aloy. All I can do is some chip damage with this for now, but we'll get there. Yeah, pink used to be a very masculine color, and now it's a feminine color, and I don't see why literally any of that matters. Well, it wasn't so much that boys wore dresses, it was that kids wore dresses. I don't think I'm playing both Raven forms, but I'll take 2/5 giants. Well, 3/6 giants. I guess a 2/5 giant and a 3/6 giant. Yeah. Looks like Mist of Yara might, or Reflections of Yara might be good. How about that? Demon Bolt, huh? See you later. Alright, I gotta pee and I'm thirsty. So we're gonna take a short break and then we're gonna come back and do some more of this. Don't go anywhere. There's a lot more drafting to be had because we're going for a long time today. BRB. Being and being thirsty seem like opposites. Manaran, thank you for the gifted sub, my friend. Much appreciated. Y'all spam some cats for Manaran. Alright, let's go again. These are fast matches. I don't see enough cats there. Supposed to be a chair sub? Thank you very much, Manaran. To align there with Reflections and the Foretell card. I can probably keep this, but I ain't thrilled about it. It does only need one land. It's a good cat thing. I'm getting major Wrath of the Lich King vibes from this music. It taps for foretell mana or instants or sorceries. Okay. I mean, some people are into cosmetics and some aren't. That's fine. I think they're cool and I like them, but it's okay if you don't. Yikes. All right, if we're going to get into this, it's going to be off of one of these 5 drops, and I believe that it's Mists of Liara. That hurts. That really hurts. Yeah, this sucks. Because we needed to hit a land there to be able to cast this. I love cosmetics in all of the games that I play and end up buying them. I will buy skins for nearly any game that I'm into. I'm kind of surprised I haven't bought any of the Rust cosmetics yet, but I know that I will. I made a revolver and then Dave was like, I got a purple one. I was like, dang it, now I want a purple one. I didn't want a purple one, but as soon as I saw Dave had one, I was like, I need that. Can't disdainful stroke me. If I never get to 4 mana, how's your disdainful stroke now? Ha 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 ha! Okay. I'll be back. Yeah, I'm super stoked. Oh, they have built Tommy's deck. I like it. I want to lose to this. Back to the discussion on representation in gaming. I think it's important to have representation in gaming of virtually everyone that could play the game, and then also in other media, because it's helped me by recognizing that I can identify with characters who aren't, depending on when I was watching it, young white dudes or old white dudes. I suppose middle-aged white dudes is better. But I think that's a good thing. So they very clearly have a disdainful stroke. And I would very clearly rather them use it here than on my mists. So get me. They've had a disdainful stroke for the entire game. They've been waiting to use it. Here's your opportunity. Thank you for your service. Now we're going to play Reflections of Liara and get there, and it's going to be great. Yeah, same. I've never really felt the need to identify as who I'm playing as. Like, this avatar doesn't... I don't really feel that it, like, I identify with it. But I certainly do think it's cool that it's here. And this is one of our Kaldheim Planeswalkers. 2 of them? Well, that ain't exactly fair. Two strokes for the price of one. I knew they had one. I didn't know they had 2. We got a lot of stuff we need to deal with relatively quickly. So I think this needs to die, which we can make happen. I've got, because I only need 3 snow permanents and I've got that. So we can make that happen. Let's go dig first. So Kinseeker would give me a counter on it, which is nice. I'm not opposed to that. Find the monster gets a blocker out of the way. I'm not opposed to that. This gets enchantments, which seems good to me, because this is actually killing me. No, I don't. Come on now. Why would I want to pay it with snow? I want to use these 2. And I do get the indestructible off of this, right? Oh, I did want to pay that with snow. Never mind, I'm bad. That's why it was trying to do it, so it could get the counter. I should have let it get the counter. I'm bad. I was confused as to why it wanted snow mana for that. It's another way for the auto tapper to be really confused, because it really wanted to tap me out of green for that, and I really didn't want to be tapped out of green for that. What you reckon they sitting on? Another counterspell wouldn't surprise me. Tommy suggested Splashing Squash, and it was a great idea because I'd been taking the duels highly. Yeah, I want both of these. It's not as good as the Hawk, but I needed to keep the damage coming. All right, we got a Stream Raiders battle to do. Let's do that. Best of one only wallet today. But that's not a problem from my perspective. Thank you to WOTC for giving me this free account stocked with all sorts of goodies. Like, all of my critiques of Best of One start to disappear when I'm not paying for it. And we're getting to preview a new set. Like, this is great. Jin with the kills, Thangarth with the assists. Rewards for Joe and Thangarth. I have a quest to place a flag bearer, so you guys are going to have to carry this one. See? I have a quest. It's important. So far, I like this set. I knew I was going to be playing Teamer a lot after doing the review, because it's just really good. It's not for me. It depends on how much you play. If you play 40 hours a week, it's pretty bad for farming. I think I'd like to find a little bit of early game if I can. I mean, that's something I can play early, and I'm not unhappy to have it. I don't need all the rest of this. So far, so good, Renan. I'm enjoying the set so far. That's a bit of a problem. Like a colossal problem. I'm gonna need to find one of our 2 exile cards for that. This is when it dies, right? Yes, if I can exile it, it's not as much of a problem. That means we're going to be interested in probably looting. It's a 4/4 that dies into a 4/4 with some hoops. But 3 mana 4/4 is hard to beat. That said, we got a couple cards that can do it. That's one of them. That'll work. I kind of feel like discarding the thing here, but I can foretell it this turn too. You know, I know the way to do this. I know the way to do this. This seems bad, but it's not. I have a plan. This bird is the best card in the set. Okay, so I should have done that in a different order. Okay, we've still got answers to it. I just need to find them. Okay, fortunately, this doesn't do anything. So this is all on the troll. Can I find a way to deal with the troll? Yes, I can. Depends on what we draw here. I may need a little bit more time. It's a format of Hill Giants. This just blocks everything super nicely, but I really want to play the reflections. I need to be a grown-up, though. Like, we'll get there. Let's stabilize first. Yeah, there's the extra land we needed anyway. Let's be stable. Pass the turn, take another loot, then we... Well, I should just foretell this now. Like, I can take a turn off, because next turn we can buy an extra turn if I need to. I don't know that I need to copy this. Like, this is a changeling. I can just have two This is legendary, but... Like, we would play this, copy it, and then have the copy something else. So it would essentially get us 2 copies of this for more or less free. Well, it's going to be legendary anyway. So I don't think that actually works. Does that work or not? As long as you don't make 2 legendary permanents with the same name. I probably don't have a turn to do it here, though. I think I need to just do this. Because I need this. I need both of these untapped, and I need the birds to block. You'll need to tell me the card, because I don't know what it is. So I think we're going to bird, attack, and then play the reflections. Does the first one have to copy the reflections? Or does it matter? Oh, this is unplayable. It's one of the few cards I would say is just stone unplayable. I don't know, a 3/2 with 2 counters seems pretty good. I kind of feel like I just want to chump both of these. I don't have to copy the reflections, it just seems like it would be fun to do so. Dang it, Bobby! People just don't want me to have fun. I don't understand why everybody is so high on Disdainful Stroke. I guess I'll just have to have this. I think I need to make the Mentor, though. Because, like, the 5/4 seems pretty good here. This leaves me thinking I don't really need to do that, so I can just hold up Behold the Multiverse here, right? Because we just block and then be stable. Yeah, but then I'd be kind of dead, which would be bad. We don't want to be dead. We want to be the opposite of dead. Undead, yes. No thanks. We'll just loot these away. It's no big deal. That's what the bird's for. What's up, Wallet? Like, we've already put a bunch of crap on the bottom because we had to deal with that stupid troll. Like, it hit us for what? 8 points of damage? A lot of damage. I really like it so far, Chicken. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so that's what the Bind the Monster's for, no problem. This is draft number 1, yes. Ideally, we'd hit something better here, but we haven't. It's okay. We got some life total to play with. Yeah, we assumed the troll would be strong, and lo and behold, the troll was pretty good. Mill 3 cards, get snow permanents, shuffle stuff. Okay, so they're going to get some creatures back. That sucks. We may need to Raven form that too. Because they can get back a Bergstrider, which would be bad. I don't want them to get back a Bjergstrider. Well, let's just... Oh, this is only artifact or creatures. I can't do anything about it. Dang it, Bobby! Alright, then we'll have to Raven form the Bjergstrider after they tap my dude and get in for damage. I mean, we've been working on getting these lands out of the way. Withdraw some action, please. Just for fun. Just one time. Okay, that's a start. What does this do at the end? Shuffle some cards in. Okay, it's not a big deal. Yeah, I got to Raven form this too. You can have some birds. There's some stupid enchantment you could put on an artifact back in the day that dealt 1 damage to somebody or something every turn. Was that black or blue? I can't remember. Did they shuffle lands back in my deck? That's pretty funny. Well, I mean, that means I can just loot through more. Cool. That seems pretty good. I can't loot into it and cast it this turn because auto tapper's bad. That's okay. It really should have. Yeah, best of one draft only today. Hey, look, they're giving me birds. Isn't that neat? The trolls still moo. I like it. Do I care about anything they have in play? I kind of don't. Yeah, I don't need to attack with both of those. Yeah, I said this was good and a lot of people told me it was bad. What do you think now? It's been good every single time I've played it. I did have to build a deck around it. If they don't block with this, I'll probably kill it after combat. We'll see. I may not need to, because I could trade this troll for it pretty happily. I could trade that troll with it pretty happily. This has been the best card in the deck. This has been the second best card in the deck. Yeah, In Search of Greatness looks bad. We both said it was bad in the set review. Inseekers has been pretty good. It's weird. It's almost like all of the cards that I said were good in the set review are turning out to be pretty good. You might even say if there's one set review you need to make sure you watch, it's this one. Seems kind of crazy. Now, I don't get copies on these. This can get me another copy of Raven Form. No, I've already used both. So this is just an arbitrarily large giant, which is fine. Tier lists are bad. You know that, Andy. I don't know if I need to get rid of that or not. It feels like we're probably going to kill them with the Mist Ravens. So I think I'm just going to do that. It's been scry every turn. That's what that's all it does. That's what it says it does. We read it and said, "Do you want to scry every turn?" And decided probably not. As a precaution, you should not that opponent's last card is shimmering. Huh? No, you're watching the best drafter in the game. This guy gets indestructible. Okay. If we make them tap out, well, it just kind of doesn't matter, does it? Get me. Gonna make a video of of archetypes? No. Exclamation point joy. You do not need a video of archetypes. You may think you do, but you don't. What you instead need is to learn how to draft. And that I can teach you. This is annoying. So I guess I should kill it. Probably better not putting that on a snowland. I got plenty of snowlands. I've got snowlands of all of the... I guess I don't have green snow mana, but I wasn't thinking I'd crack it anytime soon. So the trick about the best archetype... Hey, what's up, Joey? We are Kaldheim drafting and having a good time. The best archetype doesn't matter. Because what you need to be drafting is the best archetype for your seat. So figuring out whatever the best archetype in the format is functionally worthless. Like, the best thing to do, if you're even going to value that information, and I would argue that you shouldn't, is be aware that a lot of other people will be trying to get whatever the best archetype is, and that means you can probably beat them by drafting the worst archetype. Sid, thank you for the gift sub. Much appreciated, my friend. Y'all spam some cats for Sid. Thank you very much. A lot of my complaints about Best of One go away when I'm not paying for it. I'm very happy to be participating in this event and very thankful to WOTC for the invite. I don't mind not having clickies. This has got cool music. Very chill. This is my favorite board that they've put in so far. It's a 2-1 that takes one of my dudes, eh? I mean, it's a 2-1 that turns into a bird eventually. I mean, maybe there are background clickies. I haven't tried to click anything. I just haven't really cared to click anything. Yeah, it's cool. This is Best of One. We just happen to queue into the same opponent. Playing the draft to the end. I'll play the draft to the end. The 3-1 lifelinker? Okay. Doesn't super matter. We're gonna need some cards. So let's find them. I think it's possible that the people that didn't sign up through Stream Elements got their name as human token. Because I know a lot of people didn't sign up as human tokens, or didn't sign up through Stream Elements. So perhaps we are not playing against the same opponent. We wanted lands. I mean, I kind of wanted exactly one of them. Well, actually... I think that just gets them a 2/3, right? Like, they don't get to name anything because it didn't enter the battle. Well, maybe they do. No. What? Do they name anything? No, because it didn't enter the battlefield. It just became that. Need one more turn for nonsense. Yes. It can copy the reflections and the Mistwalker. That's why we have to keep this alive one more turn. Oh, it's quite the expensive land tutor. The other thing to name was Elf. Does this go back to our hand? No, it dies. You sacrifice it, so we'll be sacrificing it now. We don't need it anymore. Oh, Loki. No, we don't get that back unless I'm mistaken. Oh, maybe. Yeah, apparently we do. So what does this do? It's going to kill stuff eventually. But it has to be untapped for that, right? Yeah, so if it's tapped, it's not doing that. So, no, you're not going to... We're not doing that. You guys still think this card's not great? What would you like to blow up? Yeah, that seems good. Doesn't seem very good, does it? Yeah, if you like winning, you don't want to draft this card. So this is going to get double strike. I think I'm kind of okay with that. So sadly, that's a giant wizard, but the idea was we need a snow permanent. No, we need snow mana. We got warriors and elves. Let's go fish. Do they have anything I want to pop with that? Not now. This seems pretty good. Sadly, we didn't name bird. So I could bloop that, get my changeling back in my hand, copy it, name literally everything. That seems kind of okay. So we'll name bird, giant, and warrior. The 3/5s can go in. Oh, there's my snow mana. Neat. What's up, Taylor? Are you guys with me now about Mist of Litiara? Where's everybody who's like, oh my god, it's too slow? Because I remember people telling me that. It's not fast enough. It's 5 mana. It doesn't do anything. Oh, I should do the Stream Raiders battle. Sorry, Stream Raiders. I ain't meaning to hold y'all hostage. Why did the angel deal 4 to you when it was still on phase 1? I tapped it with the Swords to Plowshares thing. Really good so far, Brian. I've had a really good time so far. Yes, everyone is playing a Hill Giant on turn 3. So that game was a little absurd because we got 2 mists in play, right? There were other games where we didn't have 2 mists and it was still very good. You only have to copy one thing with it and it's okay. The main thing you have to be able to do is get to turn 5 and not be dead. And after looking at the creatures in the format, you're going to get to turn 5 and not be dead. Ow. Yeah, best of one is the only thing that's available. So we're playing best of one. All right, we've got Yak with the kills, Miklas with the assists, rewards for Diva, Silence, Miklas, and Jin. I need another potty break. I guess it's a good thing. I've been drinking plenty of water. Good for me. This is Stream Raiders that we're playing kind of between rounds. Exclamation point SR if you'd like to play. You place units, we fight battles, you get loot. I'll be right back. Just need a quick potty break. There, that wasn't too bad, was it? I think people asked me what my favorite archetype was going to be, and I said Tamer. And I am not surprised that here I am playing Tamer. There's a 2-mana looter in this format that blocks relevant creatures. Why would you play other colors? I just don't see any reason to be playing black and white in this format. Maybe somebody can show me. That was fun to do a set review and be like, I know exactly what these cards are going to do. I know exactly what this format's going to feel like. And feel like 5 games in, I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. I haven't, but like, we've also got that deck too, right? Like, that's rewarding you for doing something that's already good, but it's making you put 2/2s in your deck. Why would you want to do that? When you can't get the bird to loot, I can get the bird to loot. It just needs snow mana. Draft the snowlands. This draft started with us first picking a snowland. You want to say that Wubba Divine Gambit is bad. It's not bad. It's not something I'm picking particularly early, but I'll play it in every deck I have access to it, and I'm in white. It is a very unflexible removal spell because you do not want to cast it on turn 2 through 5, but once it gets to turn 6, if there's something that's killing you, they probably don't have anything better. And if they do, you're going to die to that anyway. So like, put it in your white deck, but don't pick it early. The Pacifism's a better removal spell. Although, chat, you know what to type. Don't disappoint me, chat. It's really not the same if it's not an alternating caps, but yes. Everyone has said that pacifism is bad in every set that it's been in, and I've happily drafted them and beat them with it. Oh man, it feels good to be back to a real Magic set. This is so much better than Zendikar. Like, the only scary start that we faced was the 4/4 trample on turn 3, and we still beat it. I'm going to get mana screwed and lose a game. It's fine. Like, it's going to happen, but I feel like this has got a lot more play to it. Caw-caw! Pretty pauper. There's some really good uncommons, so I don't know that I'd entirely say that. Uh-oh. We have somebody that knows what's up. This is not good. This is exceptionally dangerous. I can't hold all these cards, man. Can I? Because I'd have 2 extra cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'd have to discard the hand size. So I've got to just spew out a Raven form here. Do I want to bind that? I think I actually do. I think that's a monster I don't want to deal with, and we're about to draw a bunch of cards. How to get creature in my graveyard. Problem for future Travis. Oh yeah, there's my boy. I can't play him yet, but soon. We can play him now? Go hog power. This is the best card in this set by a lot. Oh my god, it's so good. What'd this do? Beginning of your upkeep deals 2 damage. That card's busted. Never mind. This is the best card in this set by a lot. I'm glad I don't have to deal with it, because that would be like hard to beat. Oh yeah. Bird tribal, yo. Did we have time? I think we have time. That's going to need to die, but we can make that die. So I can get 2 warriors, blow up their thing, and then kill that. Okay, that's a good start. That's a good start. That was Missivlit Yara by itself. I didn't have to copy it, I just had to play it. It's not the best archetype, Jaws, it's the best drafter. The best archetype doesn't matter. Well, that may be the first person who read it. I don't know. Opponent going to get 8 rings? No, they're going to get no rings. They were never going to get rings. We knew they were never going to get rings. The question was how many times could they use their ring? Nice. Autumn's good people. We don't have the green mana. We would like the green mana. But it's okay. Something will be fun and historic. Nothing's fun and historic. Yeah, I told you, it's going to be okay. It's a manolith with upside. Why is it bad? Would you say the 1-3 seems okay from a best of one standpoint? I don't know. I don't play best of one. I realize I'm playing it today. Go figure. But like, generally speaking, this format seems like it revolves around 3 power. If you can get 3 power going, you can probably make something happen. It's okay to like historic. I don't. It's okay for you to like it. I don't mean to like not to like poop on what you like. That is not my intention. It's very okay for you to like historic. Meow. That looks like a good bind target, and I don't want to cast the mist this turn, so just sit. Sure. Do you think Ring will ever go off? Isn't 3 mana for a splash kind of meh? I mean, no, it's a slow format. It's okay. It's never going to go off, but who cares? Like, after 8 turns, you don't need a million mana. You're not going to do anything with it. This isn't a moment where I really want to hit some warriors that I can cast with the mists. Instead, I get lands. That makes me sad. We probably got to start trading crap off now. I wouldn't mind finding that other little warrior dude. The 3/5s are fine, though. Like, this trade was always going to happen. No, I said it was going to be a powerful format like Kaladesh, and it looks like it does. I will have to race that to an extent. I don't really want to give him a burb, though. I guess we sit until we get a little bit more value going. I can't wait. Can I? I guess I can make a copy of one of these next turn, so we can give it one more turn. Like, worst case scenario, that's something I can do. Squash still isn't what I'm looking for, but like, it's okay. Oh, what a good mill for us. That was a little less good, but it's okay. I was thinking they'd chump block one, assuming I had something. Joke's on them, though. I don't. How high of a pick is ring? I'd say pretty bloody low. It doesn't seem good to me. Do you want that in your deck? I don't. I mean, it's a manolith. All right, give me my changeling, dude. We can beat this. We have the tools. This is not the tools. Should play out green for the troll. There's no reason for them to block here, because they can almost kill me this turn. I need my 1/3 changeling warrior dude. Let's go find him. Do I want that? 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have to find him this turn, right? No, I don't have to find him this turn. I can foretell it. I mean, this gets me more stuff. Let's do that for now. I can at least attack. That's not good enough, though. I definitely need to find the warrior. It is, which I think is good for us. Oh, it's less good now. If they attack, I might be able to get them. These are not the cards I need. Actually, that may be exactly the cards I need. Can I cast this? Do I have to spend all my mana for it? I've got one open, right? All right, let's count. This is 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got it. It's all downhill from here, probably. Yep, we almost lost and then we didn't. How about that? I am bronze ranked in my main account, my man. Rank is... I don't know how to say it nicely, but all I can figure out is that playing ranked is for people that functionally don't understand limited, don't like it, or aren't good at it, I guess. Like, that's fine. It's free packs for me playing best of 3. And what can you do with the packs? You can't play limited with them. Like, I don't know. That said, you are watching a limited only streamer. I don't play constructed. So like, sure, the packs may be valuable to some people, but like, it's free real estate.
It's free real estate.
I do. I get about 2 cents per pack. I do get about 2 pennies.